Okay, let's transition, and then you're familiar with on the spot. We'll get to on the spot with you, Kim. We got some great stuff in that segment.
Okay.
But let me do this though. Could you maybe explain? I'm not sure if this is a hobby or if it's a business, but you are not just musically gifted, but you're an artist as well.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
I would. I
Uh,
would.
I think
You're
okay.
about to get one heck of an endorsement.
So
Some people that you know. Yeah.
that point well taken is not the place to be humble. But first of all, I saw this today and I'm like, this is first of all, the drawings are fantastic, but Gilmore Girls has a place in my heart because I've watched every episode
Uh-huh.
probably, I don't know, 10 times because it was always on in the background of our house with my daughter, my youngest daughter. She I think it's on the back in the background of her house. I kind of feel bad for her husband, but you know, it is what it is. He married a Gilmore Girl lover, so but yeah, I love the Gilmore Girls and Luke Steiner and their house. Very cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're doing this for fun as a hobby, as a business?
Well, there's a little backstory to it. So
Yeah.
I I was a photographer for several years, and it's funny because I didn't even go into that. Long story short, I went to college for social work, never did it, got married, got pregnant, homeschooled for 20 years. So
Okay.
after that, I needed something to do. So I was doing photography, and I did a couple weddings, and I did, mostly families and seniors, things like that. And about 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with severe neuropathy. So
Uh-oh.
I live with excruciating pain 24/7, and I can't walk very well anymore like I used to because of that. So I had to give up photography. So
Yeah.
my daughter, who also she loves art, she's amazing herself. She's
Where does
like,
she
Mom,
live?
I'm sorry.
Where does she live?
She's still at home right now. She just graduated college a year ago. And she's got an amazing job
Cool.
and just loves it so much. She's able to use her, artistic talents and everything. But so she said to me, why don't you just draw something? I always wanted to be an architect. So I love
Yeah.
houses, I love buildings.
That's what I
And
saw when I saw your. I'm not sure if this was off your Instagram or yeah, I'm not sure which site I got it off, but yeah, you're an architect.
yeah,
It's amazing.
thanks. I always wanted to.
So yeah, I can tell. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, I love it. I love it so much. But the camp pictures and even these Gilmore Girl ones are my early stuff, and
Yeah.
I look at them and I cringe because I'm like, I can't believe I showed people those. I'm
Well,
much better now after 2 years. So,
how do you feel about this one? Because
it's
I'm
okay.
oh
That's from When Calls the Heart. That's the
Oh, my
I
wife
love doing
loves
the
that
TV
show.
shows.
yeah,
I did a whole bunch of those. Yeah.
She
I
loves that
love
show.
this picture. Why don't you like this picture?
I don't know. I'm very critical of my work. I mean, even my daughter yells at me all the time. My son, he's just like,
Yeah,
Mom, stop.
Look at the reflection
But
in the water. Yeah, that's awesome. It's
it's
sturdy.
yeah, and it's all digital. I do it all on my iPad.
that's amazing.
But
Yeah.
and it counts the pencil strokes and it tells me how long I've done it. So my longest was like 14 hours and like 14,000 pencil strokes.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Tom, where'd
But
you?
it gives me something to do.
Yeah. So you
Uh,
found this. How? I forgive me, Tom. I don't know if you know, like, of her work of this as it relates to camp.
I'm no, not familiar.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Oh,
So here we go. I recently became in possession of this thanks to Kim, and my mom and dad did too. And Kim, I told you that
Yeah.
they came out here for the week, and I gave it to them immediately. Actually, my dad found it before I gave it to him. He's like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And my mom was like, "Wait a minute, is that Kim's work?" and they went through it, and they've been through it dozens of times. But so I just probably doesn't do it justice showing it this way. But it's all the camp buildings,
Oh,
um, yeah, the field house, the
amazing.
From the 80s,
from
mostly from the 80s.
from the
From
80s.
memories or pictures that you have?
Pictures. I look at pictures and that's how I draw them.
Yeah, that's part of it. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm looking at the dining hall as you're coming off the path from the I could put myself there. There's like a bunch of rocks on the ground that I roll my bike over. The auditorium, here's the trading post, here's a good one. Here's a trading post and the teepee looking at the auditorium, and everyone who's been to camp, especially during that time, can it's like it puts you right there, and that's only part of it, but really appreciate it, and it's brings back a lot of memories seeing it. Great work.
So envious.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe I should have shown the photography first, but I do have a couple photographs here. Come on, Kim. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Where is this?
That's in Connecticut,
This
near
is
where we lived.
that is just stunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make a left turn right here. Whoops. I love this picture.
That's in Cincinnati. I love that place.
This should be a puzzle, right? It feels like one of those extremely difficult 1,000-piece puzzles that you would do, because it's just there's so much going on in this picture. It's so
Yeah.
I love
They're known for their
Cincinnati,
popcorn in this place.
amazing. Yeah, look at Cincinnati is
Yeah.
right near Louisville, right? I mean, it's
No, well, Louisville is like almost 2 hours from Cincy.
oh,
We
okay.
live
Like
like
the
15
Kentucky
minutes
border.
below Cincinnati.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but the Kentucky border, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cincinnati is like right there, like over the river. I remember when I was with the Bills and we'd play at Cincinnati. There were a couple times where our hotel and we came back and we saw, oh, welcome to Kentucky, and then back toward
Yeah.
the stadium. It was like, wait a minute, what's going on? But I would always realize how close together they were. But that's an amazing picture. Yeah, like
Thank you.
call. Actually,
that reminds me of a very funny story, Don. We went to Cedarville. I know your book said we went to
the mistake I made.
Lori and I went to Cedarville, and we got engaged on a Cincinnati riverboat cruise.
Okay, yeah.
It was like the senior like I don't know, senior dinner before we graduated. Went on this cruise, but we were in Kentucky when I asked her to marry me. So
I'm sorry.
I got engaged in Kentucky. It's a kind of random funny fact about me.
For the record, yeah, who knew it would be so relevant again?
Yeah.
Right? So,
Anyway,
I know my son works at the airport, and it's called the Cincinnati
yeah,
whatever.
it's in Kentucky, right?
It's in Kentucky.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's like 15 minutes away.
wow, we're
So weird.
above and beyond everything here. We're delivering geography lessons.
Yeah. Okay, viewing audience, you're welcome.
So
Okay.
Both of you.
Yeah. So I mean, the photography, I understand, maybe not able to do it right now, but the artwork is spectacular. So
Thank you.
so envious of that. And I'm gonna have
Well, your bowls are amazing. I saw those last week. Good grief.
it's not
You are very talented.
it's not that, Kim. Come on.
Yeah, it is.
So okay, I think we can transition to, and you're ready for this, you're expecting it, but this is what we call on the spot.
There's something she's not expecting, I promise.
Uh-oh.
We have license to change questions as needed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and we've got very clear instructions from Don's mom
Oh no.
that, give people time to answer the questions. So We've got plenty of time for you to get through these questions, as many as you want to do.
Minimum of 3.
Well, it says 1 or more. I mean, I gotta
Apparently-
talk to your mom. I'm gonna give her.
Apparently, Tom, in the early ones, you said answer 3. Whether it says 1 or more, I see that, but you must have said a couple times like 3, and that got in her head like, okay, there's going to be 3. So,
Well, I mean, here's what's gonna happen. I need to talk to your mom. I'm first gonna give her a long, uncomfortable hug. And then we're gonna talk about if she wants to come on the show, she can answer all 10. But it's up to me and Don on the show, and it says 1. But
or more. All right.
it's
Okay.
okay. I love your mom. All right.
I do too.
Actually, everybody loves Don's mom. So we've got some questions here. Most of them you've probably seen before, but have you read Don's book? Because
Oh yeah.
question 2, there's a prerequisite.
No, it's not. You don't have to, but
Well,
thank you. You did. I know you did, Kim. I appreciate your feedback on it.
Well, you can't really answer number 2 if you haven't read Don's book.
And she promoted it for me too, and it was very good.
Actually, number 2 is one I would answer because I really appreciated the chapters towards the end about your parents
Mm.
and how all that happened, and the part about Jerry Curiali. Those two,
Yeah.
they were very well written and very touching. Because not a lot of people know about your parents and what happened, and to read it from you guys, from your family, I loved that, and I'm glad you added that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it happened, and going into it, I think I've said this before, but you talk about the 2 that they are kind of a couple, but they weren't necessarily going into it. The chapter about Dad leaving was going to be in there. I was just going to try to handle it as tactfully as I could, and the book was going to be over. But I hope that everyone had enjoyed the memories leading up to that. But then the events of 2023, thanks to people that Kim, and you do, Tom, and Jimmy Olsen and Beth Markell, and then Jack Zimmerman and Jim Hammond got involved, and ultimately God led that whole thing to happen and put those people, position them to do that. But yeah, it definitely was special. But yeah, you mentioned Jerry, Kim. So you were there in '87. Were you still there?
I was at college by that
Okay.
time because it was the last weekend, I believe,
Yes,
right?
it was,
In
yeah.
August. And I was at school already, and I got a phone call. And I knew Jerry, but I didn't know him. His friends knew him because he was younger than I was. But I got off the phone and I bawled. It really hit me. Like somebody from staff. That's our family,
Yep.
And it just was. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. So
Yeah, and as Tom mentioned too,
Yeah.
he was so visible because as it was, his job was the gatehouse, so everyone would saw him there, and Tom remembered
Yes.
others, and reading the Bible, and his family said he was memorizing a whole chapter of the Bible, and that's just who he was. And
Yeah.
well, it's good to hear. I know the family appreciates. I've heard that they've been told many times that, like what you said, Kim, that they really remembering him and learning what they learned about him from the family in the book was special to them. So thank you.
Yeah.
So
you got another question that
Well, I already answered 5.
good. Yes.
I like 8.
Good. All right.
All right. Tell us about
There
it.
were too many. There's so many from 10 years of staff.
Would you consider yourself a prankster?
I'm not answering that. And okay, I do want to clear one thing up. Bruce O'Byrne, I did not do the forks. He mentioned someone from music staff whose sister was there. That was not me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then it's narrow.
I'm clearing my name of that one.
All right. Well, look,
Um,
this is the time. To Tom, I don't know how we could tee this up any better.
Hold on. I just
Yeah,
want
okay.
to say the statute of limitations has run out on anything you may or may not have done 1980 to 1989. I think you're good. And Bob Purdy, he doesn't work there anymore. He's not. You're not
Well,
upset.
Kim was on the other side of the equation, as he said, um, as a personnel director, when he became aware of a prank, he would immediately defer to the boys and head girls counselors,
That's
and
true.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he would size up.
Sometimes we might have participated in them, though.
That makes it complicated. That makes it really
Oh,
complicated.
it's hard
But
to
Can't
how?
give yourself a work crew, can you?
it's hard to police the police. Yep.
Yeah.
But how about this? I just
there too. So
here we go. It's right here. Okay.
but lots of good memories from that standpoint. I can tell you a memory that's a little bit funny. It popped into my head because you guys are probably familiar with Kim Hawks, right?
She's our next guest.
She's probably something else now besides a Hawks, but
Pasquini is her last name.
okay,
She's coming up
so
next
anyway,
week.
we used to call her the Hawker, and so I'm going up to Boys Park, and I'm walking past Orondaga, and I said, boy, some poor slob's got his pajamas or her pajamas hung at the top of the flagpole. They had run them up the flagpole. It was a windy day, and then I was like, those look kind of familiar.
So Kim, this is what you have a picture of?
I have a picture of me holding up his pajamas in my room.
Okay,
I will send it to you.
let's hear the rest of Cliff here.
And I'm like, those are my pajamas. And I'm sure she's the one that did it. Because I got this mysterious note left under my pillow from, Pajama Snatchers Anonymous or something. And I still to this day, I haven't confirmed. I don't know that I ever confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure she's the one that did it.
That's hilarious.
That
He wrote a note because I think I held him for ransom or something, and he wrote me a note. So I'm holding up the note, and he's some of the words in there because he's brilliant, smart. He used that I didn't understand what they were, so I had to ask. But one thing I learned from Cliff Thompson: hyperpolysyllabic sesquipedalianism, and I never forgot it.
Wait, what?
That is one word: hyperpolysyllabic sesquipedalianism.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but I remember that one word. That's the one thing he taught me that song.
Okay.
But yeah, I will send you that picture. It's funny.
Oh yeah, we need to see. We need to see.
That would be great. Holy cow.
I guess I just admitted it now, but yeah.
Yeah, you did. You're on the record.
You
You're
did.
on the spot, on the record. Yep. So you just confirmed what you already thought.
There were far worse pranks done than that. Like, okay, I sent you a picture of the table on the auditorium.
Oh, we're gonna look at those. Yeah. Should I?
That was one of the best pranks. And everyone was in chapel. We came out of chapel, and there it was.
Wow. Should I pull that up? Let's see.
Was it?
I'll do better this time. All right. You sent me. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Here we go.
Yep, that one. It's hard to see the table, but it's there.
Well done.
That was not me. I don't know who did that.
I think I do. I think I do know who was involved with that. Jeff Johnson told me that Rob Deckerman.
Okay, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, because he was. This is for the second book, so I don't want to give anything away. But there was an epic prank involving the Indian.
Oh.
And Bruce was involved, but Jeff Johnson, and they planned the whole summer. And Rob was kind of upset, apparently, that after it happened, even though they got in trouble for it, that Rob wasn't asked to be part of it. He was very envious that such a prank occurred without him. So he decided that it was very late at the end of the summer. He decided, I need to do something. So
that's funny.
And they lived, and I guess they actually lived here in the auditorium in that one apartment there. So I believe I'm right about that. We'll have Jeff to come on later, or maybe Rob himself to confirm that. But
that Indian ended up in like 4 different places. Here he is in Orondaga in the one photo I have here.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
then, yeah, and he was in my room one night. I woke up and he's at the foot of my bed. I'm like, who's in my room in the middle of the night?
Oh,
I never found out who did that. So if they want to confess, I'd really love to know.
That's
But
fucking
do
he
creepy.
was
that.
also on the ledge, I believe.
Wow. Is
In
that another picture we have here, or let's see?
of pranks, I don't think so.
Okay, no, that's yeah. You're listen. You're coming up big, and you have one you're gonna put in front of us. So okay, so maybe running out of time, no problem. If you wanna, maybe are we okay to deviate from? Have she done 3 questions? You want to do another one, or
I don't know.
you
You
just
want to
take
ask your mom if she's answered 3 questions?
well,
Feel like she has, yes.
it'll be after the fact. She'll see this after.
Confess to a prank. I think that covers it.
Hey, there's Cliff there. There's Cliff, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
that was
yeah. Why did
Cliff, and then Evan Christensen is there in that
wow,
picture.
awesome. These names that brought up Evan Christensen. Okay.
Karen Merritt on the left, far left.
Okay.
She was a vocal. I don't know who the other faces are.
All right. Well, the backs of heads, but still good stuff. Cliff said he really liked playing games in the wigwam there.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll just hit. Oh, you said your sister and you singing on the stage in 1969. How about that?
So it was meant to be. See?
Yeah,
Okay.
very cool. So
Yeah.
if I hit this, does it go to the next picture? Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. There's you playing the piccolo.
Mhm. There's Jeff Johnson in front of me.
Is
The
it?
red tie. Yep.
Oh, right. All right. Is that Uncle Doug?
That's Doug. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the big band playing for the staff guest
Yep.
basketball game.
That's Rolled on the trombone. Doug on the
I gotta
trumpet.
say, when I finally had the privilege when I got older of playing those games, the band gave you sounds like an exaggeration, but it felt like it gave you 50% more adrenaline than you knew you had in your body. You just you're the Rocky theme, and you're just it was awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, pop bottles, 81, 82. So okay,
Margie on the left.
Margie on the left, and then this is
Phil. Phil's the drummer.
Okay.
Phil Austin, I think.
All
I'm
right.
in the purple skirt. My sister's next to me in the white pants.
Okay.
Susan Butts is next to her. Jeff Johnson and Mark Estep.
Estep, yeah. Okay, I remember we went to
I don't remember who the girl in the brown is. Otherwise, that's everyone.
Yeah, you did pretty good. And there was Santa Claus there also, by the way.
I think that was Doug.
Okay. So this is the pop bottles is what you and Margie brought to play at you say church or high school, I forget.
Church. She had us play them in our church during a Sunday morning service.
Awesome.
Or no, it was during our Christmas cantata or something.
Nice.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's one of our concerts, yeah.
85. I was in Alaska that summer, so I missed this. Oh, back to okay. Yeah. These are great. These are great pictures. And
84. There's Cliff on the top where your mouse is.
Yeah. There's you.
Yep, and Margie's on the left, second row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Steve Gordy?
Steve Bune.
Steve Bune. Okay. Oh, I had
Steve Gorney was there 81 and 82. I waited with him for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
These two little old ladies were in their 90s, and they drove a Mustang to camp, and they let that's Craig Naylor. They let us drive the Mustang and go out to dinner one night.
Oh, love it. That sounds good.
Yep, they were great.
87 music staff. All right, Tom, you were on boats, but you were still doing it all.
There's when David Bullock was the music director.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kim and Martha. That's in the dining hall. Yep. Well, the 21 meals a week. This is great stuff. The table, which we saw. The creepy Indian at the end of your bed, casting a shadow.
Kim is involved in a lot of pranks I'm seeing. So
yeah, right.
I just got pictures of them.
Well, yeah. That's so Skookheim in South Africa. What year was this?
88 to 89.
Okay. And you said Midge
So
was there then?
yes, yep.
Did it,
Yep. And your uncle was a big part of why I went, like Bobby, he was, I guess he was my boss then because he was personnel director, but then I was like heads of staff. So I met with him on meetings and stuff. And I graduated college already and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my degree. And he's like, Midge is looking for someone. And I'm like, where is she? He's like, Africa. I'm like, oh, okay, let me pray about it. So the next day I signed up.
right. Well,
I
Tom
didn't
came
really
to
have
camp
to
and broke
think
your
about it
heart.
too hard, but
Yeah.
it was an incredible year.
You didn't
But
have to think about that too hard?
no, I wanted to go so bad. I love
Wow.
missions. I have such a heart for missions and missionaries, and I love the stories and hearing it all. And
Love
it
it.
was the best thing I could have done.
Well,
Yeah.
Kim,
Yeah.
and I feel like every time I bring this up, especially in this setting, I'm kind of going on record with it. But I do have an intention to write a second book, and it realistically wouldn't be out until maybe the spring of 26. But I have maybe 25% of it done, and it'll be much less autobiographical because I have put out most of that. I still have some left in the tank, but one of the chapters I was going to do was thinking about doing was about those that served in missions and their stories and how it related to camp, but
Mm.
what they were doing out there. And then Midge has already told me that she's got a lot of great stories. And Andrew Young, who's Barnabas, now he changed his name, but I would trying to think. Uh, Bill Gosling's daughter, Jennifer Gosling. I'm supposed to talk to
Mm.
her, but I would whatever you have that you could share with me about that. I'd love to also have, and no rush, but
Yeah.
I'll connect with you here.
Okay.
But wow, this is my cousin Bob Wickland did this one summer too there with Midge and said it was just life changing. So
It is definitely. And I'm still in contact with so many people from South Africa
wow,
and Midge, I talk to them and it's just a huge part of my life, just like camp. And I think because the two are connected, it made it even better.
Sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, no, wow, makes sense. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah.
And so I think that we might those are great pictures. It's
Got less than 3 minutes together.
yeah,
I do have one last topic, no visual with this one, but the one video that you shared on your Facebook, Kim, I mean, we had, I think, 1,400 people view the video, which was incredible.
Wow.
We would love to be able to partner with you and have them shared on your Facebook site.
You
So
could post them it's not my page, it's everybody's page. You could post whatever you want on either camp page. Let it go out because you guys, I'm serious, this is incredible. And everybody who was on staff then or who knew camp from way back when, we all have a bond, and
yes,
everybody should hear it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need a responsible adult though.
Well, don't look at me. I've never grown up.
That's true. We thought you were that responsible adult till we started learning about all these pranks. I'm not so.
Well, she played both sides very well. It was quite the
Yeah.
balancing act. Yeah,
Yeah.
even with Cliff. Yeah, but this is I don't want to give too much away, but I showed you a teaser of a few pictures. But I gotta say,
Yeah, I need to get a hold of that. How do
people
we
get
get a
to
hold
go
of
to
that?
your
Yeah, send me your address and I'll send you one, Tom.
no, well, and for others that want to reach out to you, they can do it on Facebook, and you'll work it out. However, but really, it's my parents absolutely loved it.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, this has been great.
Yeah, how much fun I catching up, finding out what your camp memories are, and just this has been a blast. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about camp. I love talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a little mini reunion of, a mishmash of people every time you have your show, and it's great.
It is great.
I'm working on John Hagedorn. I've been emailing him, and he's over in Asia, Thailand or something. He's 13 hours
Oh,
ahead. But I the next music department guest I'm hoping to have is him. There and Margie for sure. But who else do we have coming away? Earl next week, and then
Earl.
Yeah, Earl Johnson. Doug
Earl.
Beachy. When Beth Markel's able to, she's battling some health issues now. Hopefully, by the time people see this, she's emerging from them. But otherwise, I'm going to head her on because she's just such a special person. And Kim, you brought her up on a message too, and yeah, I've already, she's very much on the radar